do, beautiful people, my melanated kings and queens? Welcome to It's Justa Conversations. I am your host, Justa Verse. Let's converse.
Yeah, I love it when you talk, baby. You feel smooth like butter, cocoa. This is just a conversation. Tell me about it, do my word and affirmation. Tell the love to be patient, but we gon' take it, we gon' not be complacent. We can run a race, start finding history and all our innovation. We just having conversation. Tell me about it, do my word and affirmation. Yeah.
So, Free, I'm finna send you something right now because what I don't think Free understands is I can see them when it goes to the intro and all that stuff. Free was over there getting it in. This is jam, yo. Melanated conversation.
Right. I'm trying to wake up. That's all that is. I'm like, it says you're in the show, so I'm.
I can see all of y'all down there. So, what it do, beautiful people, my melanated kings and queens? Yeah, we in the building today. We have the now fully awakened Free in the building. How you doing, Free?
Hey man, staying black. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. All day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Some days he's holding on because he light skinned like him. But anyway.
Read between the
And
lines.
then we have read between the lines. That was my mother all day. She get mad sometimes. She do it real hard. Read between the lines. Okay, Adventist lady, just cuss. If you're gonna cuss, just cuss. But we also have our boy Delfred Pitch Rock.
What's up? What's up?
Jay, how you doing?
Good.
Feeling good today?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go, my melanated brother. Shout out to Shey, who's not here. She's not doing well today. She wanted to be here, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be like that. So we just gonna be like, hey girl, I'm gonna tell you right now, Shey, you saw beautiful, girl. I saw you earlier today. And even though it was dark when I saw you because you wasn't trying to turn on the lights or nothing in the phone, you was still beautiful, girl.
And your forehead still cute.
Huh?
And your forehead still cute.
Leave her forehead alone because she's not even here to cuss at you the way she wants to. You know what I'm saying? First of all, her forehead is very cute and wet. Okay.
Her forehead, she got a cute forehead.
So this week we talking about things like foreheads. You know what I'm saying? Because shout out to Tyra Banks who made it cool to be able to have a big forehead. You feel what I'm saying? Because we talk about representation this week. But this right here, of course, the foundation, the basis of it is this movie right here. Okay. Why is she turning 43 and she has the Little Mermaid? Did she buy it for her children? No, my child is 23. As a matter of fact, my child purchased it for me because this is my all-time favorite Disney animated movie, period. Hands down, my favorite. Don't get me started because I'm going to try not to sing in the theater because I want to hear my girl do her thing, you know what I'm saying? But in my heart, I'm going to be singing along. I might lip sync. It'll happen because that's that joint. But I remember growing up and what is it, like 89 this was released, something like that. I remember watching this and being like, this is so dope. I also remember not even now I can remember that I didn't even think about what she looked like one way or another because this was common for me to see the animations be white. It's just that's what it is. So the thought never even crossed my mind that there could possibly be anyone but a white girl / woman in any of these animated shows. I got a little older, or any of these fairy tales. I say fairy tales on a whole. because I grew up. Dang, I wish I had asked my mother before. There was a version of Cinderella that was that truth, but it was a bunch of white people. But that joint was so good to me, and I grew up on that until my girl. I'm talking about Brandy. You know, I go hard for Brandy. She could have been whack, and I still would have been like, it was the best ever. But she was not whack, which made it better.
It's not
But I
even.
saw her, and I remember the stir of not only there being a black Cinderella, but this cast that was kind of all over the place in terms of cultures and races, and even within the white folks, there were so many differences. You got a redhead, you got a brunette, you got, what I'm saying, so many differences. And where many people embraced it and thought it was beautiful, there were other people that had a problem with it. But I remember that being one of my first times that I looked and was like, a fairy tale person that I relate to. I don't think I looked at it as deep as she's black in the sense of just the blackness. What resonated first was I can relate to her. Now the root of that is that she's black. She's a girl at the time, not a woman, but a girl at this time. So she's around my age. But I didn't even realize how deep it went. All I knew is, without pinpointing what it was, that there's somebody I can relate to. You know what I'm saying? And it felt good. Time goes on and we get other little things, and then we get Princess Tiana.
Is that Princess and the Frog, or is that separate?
Princess and the Frog.
Yeah, okay.
And that's beautiful, and we're all happy about that. And then we go on and on, whatever, till we're to this point now. And now we have people that say things like, I don't want to be rude, but Ariel was right, white. We have people that say things like, science, mermaids are part fish, fishes live in the sea. There is no sunlight under the sea. Therefore, mermaids wouldn't evolve pigmented skin to protect against it. Because Ariel, a mermaid, is a black woman. Jason, you have two beautiful black daughters, and I'm going to speak specifically to the girls on this. How exactly, I'm going to ask you two questions. Number one, I'll ask it in parts. Have you consciously thought about representation, or, raising your girls?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what have you been doing?
Um, I would say I would highlight like contributions of the people that are like around her, right? So around them, and when I say do that, I mean like always big them up, right? Because oftentimes the representation that we see for a lot of us is immediate, right? We have aunties, grandmothers, you know what I'm saying? So for my mom, I would say, I would say tell my daughter, Gma is a strong businesswoman. You can be like her too. You know what I mean? Or I'll say like, you know, Shannon studied medicine. And if you want to study medicine, you can study medicine too. You know what I mean? And so things like that, like Auntie's real good with her camera, and she can promote and do all of this cool stuff. Like you could do that too. So representation for me happened in the immediate group of people that I'm with. And then hopefully that extends to out in public. But I think the most important place would be amongst the people that are the closest to you. And once you have that ground level of representation, then when you get out there, it's like, if you don't see it, cool, I see it amongst my people. But if you see it, it's that much more like, captivating for you.
Got you. Um, do you consciously think about it when it comes to like the dolls and things like that you may get for them, or?
Yeah. So what I do is I, I'm not the type of person to be like, you got to get a dog that look like you could use a queen. You can't get none of these other dogs. You got to
Use the
get
queen.
a dog that look like you. You know what I mean? Look like you. I don't stress it like that. I just say like, all right, how many dogs that you have look like this? All right, we'll get some that look like this, or get some that look like that. You want to have a group because everybody's different, right? And you're different. You know what I mean? And so I'm not the type that's like, oh no, nothing but black dolls in here. But I'm like, all right, come on. You got like 5 of these other dolls that they don't even have hair like yours. Because you can
Right.
because they have black dolls, but their hair is like
I'm gonna
like
tell you.
1A. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
It's
tell
like
you.
1A. So it's like get some that represent you. You know what I mean? And so
Hmm.
that's how I
Yeah.
look at it. I'm not really kind of like a stickler on it. You know what I mean? That hard.
And I see no problem with that. Reason being is growing up for me, um, I didn't really get Barbies like that, but Cabbage Patch Kids, oh, I had them Cabbage Patch Kids. Stop playing games with me. Like I had them. And I remember my parents being the same way. I had I remember as a child I had to go to an official situation. And as my security, I had my white doll and my black doll. And I remember in my head, my white doll was like some sort of foreign something, but it wasn't just American white. I was in New York, it was like the 80s, and I don't know, it just happened that way. But I had both of them, Roxanne and Marianne, you know what I'm saying? And they were my comfort. And I remember just always being exposed to just different. And as I grew up, I found that until my later years, I had a very mixed group. Unfortunately, when you start getting to adulthood, depending on where you are and the types of things that you do, your group will kind of, you know what I'm saying? A lot of times it'll end up being pretty much one set. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it works out. But I remember that representation again, not being something because my mother and father did not sit me down and talk about blackness. My aunt Lisa was big on the blackness. My uncle Scott was big on the blackness. One from each side was big on the blackness and all that type of stuff. But it wasn't. But I do know how I felt, and I felt good seeing things that represent me. So, Free, you here or you just
No, I'm here. I just had to
okay?
check to
You
see
good?
what's I'm trying to get these
Not
neighbors to stop bouncing this ball outside. So I'm like, yo, chill.
okay. You good? You good? You good? But I was gonna ask something. So and actually, either one of y'all can answer this, but because I'm just, I'll be all over the place if I really just start going. But I start to think about who they have either created in these fairy tale stories. Um, we have Cinderella, who was basically abused through the whole movie till the end. And then we have Princess Tiana, who um, worked her ass off and had to kiss an animal to finally be able to be loved. We got Snow White. That bitch just fell out. Niggas just can't finding her. They just can't. Let me go look for this white bitch. You know what I'm saying? They just went and found her. They sought her out to come kiss her dead body to see, oh, let me see what's up with this. Um, so when I look at the Little Mermaid, right? And I see, especially when I look on social media and I see the reactions from these little girls. Oh my gosh, she's black. Mommy, she's black. I called my dad and he didn't even know that. There you go. There you go. I ain't even.
That's what you went and did behind the scenes, bro.
Right, right. Wardrobe change.
You ain't got to show off like that, cuz.
But I said, Daddy, you didn't know about this movie? And he was like, no, I didn't know. So I told him put on the thing and he has the camera, but he's tending to the twins. Ava's on the floor. Johnny's in his hand acting a fool. So he's still has the phone, but he's looking. And I'm watching his face, and he looked like one of those little kids. He's watching. And as they start to show her, he's like, she's so beautiful. Like he was just, and then of course his madness kicked in, so he quickly turns the phone over to Ava. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there might have been a tear in his eye or something. He quickly turns the phone to Ava. And she's just like, she stopped what she was doing. She was looking at the TV, like her, Hallie's voice just captivated her. But you know, just seeing all of this, like, how do you feel? Like, number one, how do you feel about there being this Black Mermaid? One of the most popular movies that they have, these Disney animations. How do you feel about that? And how do you feel about these people that's on some real live, you know, hating vibes? All of these people out there. All of these people out there. Like,
hold on, can we go back? Go back to the one joint where motherfuckers. There we go. Melanated production isn't even
dependent on sun
exposure. It's like these motherfuckers too smart to be stupid, or too dumb to be. They're too dumb to be stupid. It's just like, I feel like the level of ignorance you have to qualify as to even go through this. Like, so you really tried to come on some science on a fictitious fairy tale. You tried to add in the reality or some science that you're not even fully aware enough of to be accurate in that as an argument as to why this depiction should not be the way that it is. I'm like, so I feel like it's sad, but it's laughable. Like I laugh, I can't do anything for the most part, but laugh at these people. I'm like, you really are up in arms. Your blood pressure is up. Like this is affecting you physically. Like you're having a visceral reaction to a fairy tale, like, or to whatever adaptation, and it's just like, where's your mind for real? Like, I mean. And then we haven't even seen it to determine whether or not it's good. We still got another year.
We don't even know if it's good. We're assuming so because Allie's dope. You know what I'm saying?
But you really are, like, you have such an emotional investment into this imagery, which also is like, well, go ahead and be mad because now we get to see the closeted racism that you've been trying to hide. All of this.
You made it through Trump, only to be revealed through the Little Mermaid. Come on, yo. He exposed you done made it through all of this Trump stuff. Nah, I'm with you. Yes, that's right. That's all. Black lives matter. Not all lives. Black lives. Right. You know and all they did was say, no. Right. And y'all went crazy.
Yeah, but...
it's like the thing is, it's what comes to mind is it ain't no fun.
The homies can't get that.
No, it ain't no fun when the rappers got the gun because it's like, okay, all of these other representations or depictions that you don't stay true, and these folks are not arguing about Charlton Heston and the 10 Commandments and all these other Anglo, Italian, whoever else that can. If we want to talk about something,
Cleopatra,
really, any of those, you got
see,
pale faced it. There's no way you could be this pale in that time. And it wasn't no sunblock. You ain't got. You out here in the sun, in the Middle East. It's the desert. You crispy out that motherfucker. You want to make Jesus light skinned? How? With this head, like. So all of these representations that people have issues with, you got more of an issue with the Little Mermaid and that representation than you depict something in the book that gives you a clear description. It paints a picture, yet you still want blue eyes, blonde hair, translucent Jesus. And you cool with that being perpetuated for the end of time. But you're mad about the fiction?
Mm-hmm.
The Little Mermaid?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, but I digress because I'm
What were you saying, Jay?
No, it was everything he was saying. He said everything, man. Like it's just like if it's a historical depiction, then I mean I could see that, right? Right. But this is not a historical depiction. This is just it's a fairy tale. Like they could be if they made them purple, like would there be like a outcry of green people saying, "Hey, look, man, we don't have anything for the Martians. We don't have anything. We don't have nothing at all. We got Marvin the Martian and he's black. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
At the end of the day.
You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
he's
it's like people they don't even want us to play us.
right.
You got Tropic Thunder. Who was that? Robert Downey Jr. playing a black man.
Yo.
So we got you up in arms about this cartoon, but you got real people out here. The Birth of a Nation.
Well, I mean, technically, he played a white man playing.
He played a white man playing a black man.
But you didn't have a problem with that. Yes, to your point, they didn't have a problem.
It's still blackface.
Yeah.
But you don't have
it was acceptable blackface.
Right.
You know, because you wrote a story that made it acceptable.
You had to figure out a way to
lubricate
that situation so you can
get the context. So
right. So
the Birth of a Nation. In that the original film, they had white people playing black. I'm like, you wouldn't even let black people play themselves in the original.
And you're trying to kill them in this movie. And you're not even gonna say, okay, just act normal. We finna do what we normally do. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you wouldn't even come on. It's absolutely ridiculous where they pick and choose. But you know what? Someone brought up a point that really made me. They said the problem that a lot of these white people have is that we can change any of these white characters, especially these American white characters, and it doesn't change the story. It doesn't change the story at all. But if you change them to us, it will always change the story. People are going to speak differently. People are going to the story. Like, you can't put a white person as Mulan. It changes the story.
I'm like, you should.
They ended it with this one. You can't put a white person as Pocahontas. That damn sure changes the story.
Right.
But if you put a white person, and you can't put a white person as even Princess Tiana, you can't do it because of the cultural situations that happened around that story.
Yeah, historical context.
You can't do it. But you can. The only white one that I can think of, wasn't there one of them that was like Scottish or Irish? Is it Rapunzel?
No, it's the one with the red hair. The
red hair.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it
or something like that, but it's Rapunzel.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Twisted.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one where the girl, she's like a Viking or something like that. And
maybe
she had the red hair.
I know there's one with red hair,
Yeah,
and she's like one.
That's the Viking.
Again, that's not a white American. So you have to keep it straight with the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It really, but then when you want to go into mermaids and this and that, even if you want to go that route, you're still gonna lose. Reason being is this whole mermaid concept comes from a lot of different spiritual, cultural type things. Santeria, cultures in West Africa, most widely known as Yemiya, right? So let me show y'all this. Okay. She is often depicted. This is originated in West Africa. This is stuff where you go and you see artifacts and things like that of people who practiced and understood and da 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 and this, that, and the other. So this is going back before your Little Mermaid, where Africans were already, this is their symbol, the symbol, already associating her with not only the sea, the fish, but mermaid, the whole idea of a mermaid. So once again, we go back to what's your problem? Because any way you look at it, somebody put the post out there, all them slaves that you pushed over into the ocean, you expect there not to be black mermaids?
You surprised?
You surprised? So if you look at it from a spiritual aspect, you lose. If you look at it from a religious aspect, you lose. Only way you win is in the racist aspect, as far as I'm concerned. You just don't. Okay, well, she's a redhead. So now you're ignorant to the fact that there are born melanated folk with red hair. That's what grows in their pubic areas. Their hair is red.
Look, see what they fail to realize is that under the sea, they have hair dyeing apparatuses. You know how you take the shells and you crush them up. You know what I mean? Like under the sea, they got all that. Sebastian was red. You know what I'm saying? He could have dyed that. He could have been a blue crab. They got blue crabs. You know what I'm saying? They got blue crabs.
Why the crabs not mad? Because they definitely be having.
Ain't no representation for the crabs, man. You got sea crabs, you got land crabs, you got crotch crabs. I mean, it's crabs everywhere. So you just everybody losing here, man. I'm just kidding.
And I'm like, y'all motherfuckers not even mad about it being live action. Ariel's not a real person. She's a cartoon. That would make more sense to me. You're not upset about that.
Remaking these great classics. Y'all don't need to touch them. Leave them alone. Yes,
let it be a cartoon.
I can get into a debate about that.
I heard that one time. It's because it's a black woman.
And then you know what gets me the most? My daughter needs representation too. Bruh, step outside.
That's why. That right there is the reason why, like, it doesn't make sense to argue with people like that because they're just purposely being disingenuous and illogical. And at that point in time, you've wasted your energy on somebody who is that illogical. They will never change their opinion on anything.
There's
like I know what what's the gentleman's name? The comedian from South Africa. I forgot his name. Trevor Noah. I know what he says. Trevor Noah says, we shouldn't just, take the racist and the prejudice and kind of just like put them somewhere and just like forget about them and shame them. And then, he said, I think we should teach them and then bring them back. But some people you just ain't going to save, my friend. Like, I get what he's saying, but there's some people that will be eternally lost in their foolishness. And there's no way they can get out of it unless they want to get out. They're decide whether they
to
get
their
out.
foolishness.
That's
and just like with any other addict, you got to first admit you have a problem. Then you have to be willing
get the help
to want to get the help, and it takes too much for someone to admit that straight up, this is racist and I'm sticking by it. I don't like black folk playing white folk. I'd respect you more if you were just like, and you didn't try to make it, because a lot of them are trying to make it seem as if it is something that's truly going to harm. Their children are not going to have representation. Their children are not going to understand. For me, I look at this movie and I remember how I felt as a little black girl watching the white girl swim around and able to do whatever she want to do and come up out of the ground and everything ended beautifully. And I felt good. Imagine how much better it is for this generation that gets to look. And not only does this dope story take place, like Shorty took her whole voice and she was like looking crazy in these streets and still managed to win the heart of the one that she loved. It's a dope story. But now you get to see it and you get to imagine with you in it, like with your, you get to step in that. And it's a beautiful thing. And for me, if you don't want to see the black girl with the red hair, that's cool. Just get the old one is still available. You know what I'm saying? You can just go watch that and leave it alone. But why they feel the need to send messages to this woman to go on these rants? We got Christians against the Little Mermaid.
Which is like, you guys, no time. You have nothing better to do. Like, what are y'all? Is this what?
I could have swore there's something that says "Go ye therefore and teach all nations." So we're not doing that no more. We just go ye therefore and talk about Little Mermaid. But you know what? Here it is. Here's the issue, right? This is all about political ideology from the jump. It is interfering with people's political minds and how they see and how they want their country to run. And all of this is upsetting them, which is kind of stupid because this is not going to determine the political course of this country, Little Mermaid. No, but you know what will? The fact that we have eternal wars, the fact that we have poverty, the fact that you have the top 0.01% have 90% of the wealth in the whole world, right? Like those type of things, the fact that we have corporations that get your groundwater from underneath you, the taxpayer, they purchase it from you, the taxpayer, bottle it, and then give it to you and sell it back to you. Like those type of things, like, you know what I mean? Like, but Little Mermaid, they water is salt water. Like, why we just can't, you know what I mean? Why we can't just do a political alliance with them and get some desalinization plants and set this whole up with the mermaid kingdom? You know what I'm saying? Black or white, you know?
And I'm a firm believer in multitasking. But if you go on multitask with something other than the Little Mermaid being one of those things. I feel like it's a beautiful story. It has some great songs in there. It's fun to watch. It's fun to see this little ignorant behind fish trying to figure out what a fork is, combing her hair, and you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Your imagination just like go places, and if you're a child, you start wondering if there really is some, a town. Well, there's a lot of black towns under these lakes and stuff around here, but that's
Lake Lanier. Let's get it.
Different story for a different time. You really want to know, but I digress. But you start to imagine these things, and to be able to imagine it, it really shouldn't even matter. It's not if they change the story because now everything is Afrobeat for this new movie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all seriously, y'all just moved.
Yeah, but the crab was obviously from the Caribbean. Come on.
He was, and he gets his representation. You know what I'm saying?
They had the chef. He's from France. He's French. Like I think it's an international. Why we tripping? Everybody was there except. Hey, look, the one character that could have been black, they made him a crab. So like, I don't know. Like,
okay. And technically, if you want to get technical about it, are they trying to say he's a crab because black people keep crabs in a barrel? Therefore they do not
want. They're saying. They ain't have to say it, my sister. It's evident.
And then they fail to realize that the barrel is not the crab's natural habitat. So what do you expect when you put these people in such an insidious environment?
Stop before we get a whole new stuff.
But the underlying level of this is gang on gang violence because you have a red-headed female with a red crab and they underneath the blue sea. So you're trying to subjugate the Crips you're trying to subjugate the Bloods under the Crips, bro. Like you just come on, man. Like what we doing here?
I love us. I absolutely love us. I just want you to know I really love us.
But even let's add on to that because I do have a feeling. I do feel like it's almost even more an attack on black women, and you know what I mean. Just bear with me. The issues that I've been hearing, as far as the woman king, people have been up in arms about that, and I'm just like, I ain't never heard. Because a woman can't be king, and I'm like, motherfucker, just go see the movie. Like, what the fuck are you?
No, read a book. That's all you gotta do is read some historical accounts.
Well, that's what you want to be educated. But I'm like, just watch the shit.
We expect too much. Hi.
You may
It's all
continue.
good.
Well, I'm
It's
mute.
all good because Johnny has definitely blessed the screen a few times in
Right.
Unvaccinated, which you can see on Wednesday nights at 8. Please like and subscribe. Set your reminders. Okay, shameless plug. But yeah. And the same thing, they were upset because in the new Lord of the Rings series that they have on Prime Video, they have a black elf that is starring in there, and they're upset about the black elf
Oh my
because the
God.
elf shouldn't be black.
We
Because what,
shouldn't even
what is
exist
an
on the
elf
public
in
space.
real life? What is it? What is an elf? Like you said, do you understand what?
We're not going to get upset that these elves are mad tall. And as far as we knew growing up, they were these little. We're not upset about that. No. So Santa's
You can,
folks, they don't get no representation. You know
but
what I'm saying?
you can have all the creative licenses you can, as long as it doesn't include people who, and then
Look like
that's where
us.
the
Yeah.
problem. And it's really sad that it's that's where we are
It's just weird.
in
They
this
had Jake
world.
Gyllenhaal playing the Prince of Persia. How you gonna have Brokeback Mountain as the Prince of Persia?
But
This is what you think Persians look like in this? I mean,
but you know why? What that tells you is that there's more of a certain type of people in Hollywood that they don't even have to think about casting anyone else. They just grab from the same pool every time. And that tells you that there's representation is very slim. That's evidence right there is what they're showing. Because I was often thought about this, like, and the same thing happens in other countries where they have severe colorism, right? Where you look on the billboards and it's only the light skinned people from this country are tend to be on the billboards, commercials, and things of that nature. And then the darker skinned people, they're supporting casts, they're maids, and you know, sanitation workers and things of that nature. So
Dominican Republic and Haiti.
that's another one. Another one is India. India
Yeah.
is another one as well, right? Thailand is another place as well where more skin bleaching cream it gets sold there than anywhere else. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Now they mad because I think, is it Nigeria? One of them said, we're not putting white folk up on our
it was
advertising.
either Ghana. I think it was Ghana. It might have been.
Ghana.
Yeah, I can't remember.
One of them that's like, yeah, we ain't doing it no more.
Yeah, we're
You
not
know what?
doing that because it's enough of us here that why y'all have to
Why
do
y'all
that?
got exactly.
So yeah,
You know, and if we want to go international, there's enough black folk around there that we can go international too. You know what I recently learned? Aladdin's the face was inspired by Tom Cruise.
Oh, come on, bro.
Like the original.
Yeah, the Aladdin.
You know what? Let me ask something real quick. I was reading the other day because once I love when this controversy happened because then people start to dredge up and dig up like facts and history, right? And they were talking about the gentleman who wrote the story of Little Mermaid, Thumbelina, the Princess and the Pea. That gentleman, he wrote all of these books. They were like books or whatnot. And the Little Mermaid actually has a very sinister ending to it. And the one thing that I laughed about is because so I'm gonna tell you what I read. So basically, you have this mermaid. She wants to be part of the world up top. You know what I mean? And she gets her wish by selling her voice. But the thing is if she don't get this dude to fall in love with her, she's going to turn into sea foam and die.
Oh, just see. Oh,
yeah. So check it out. So she try to, court this dude, and he ends up falling in love and marrying a girl from a local village. And so she's getting ready to turn into sea foam. But her people down below say, hey, there's a way you could prevent this and come back and be a mermaid. But you got to kill that dude. And she was like, man, I love him too much to take his life just so I can return back to the ocean. And she turns into sea foam and dies. Now, here's the kicker.
they ain't gonna be happy till we get that version with a white woman.
Look, let me tell you. So the guy who wrote the story, Hans Andersen Christian, or Hans Christian Andersen, he was when he wrote that story, he was good friends. So they have all his diaries and stuff. So he was good friends with this guy. He professed his love to this dude, right? And the dude is kind of like, nah, we cool, but we ain't cool like that. And he ended up finding a woman in his local area, and he married her. And so that kind of left dude like kind of holding his emotions in the bag. And the fact of the matter is, they think what inspired it is that he wanted a relationship, but the part of the world didn't accept the type of relationship he was looking for. He wanted to be part of that world, but he couldn't because of the way he was. And so once he got denied that, you know, he loved the dude so much he had to let him go. But then as the story goes, he ends up actually finding somebody that he lined with. And he was with that person for a little bit, and it was what it was. And then he finally found a young lady, and he admits that what he was really looking for the whole time was actually just love. Like, so it's like truth is stranger than fiction. But you see how people are just tripping and losing off of this movie. What they don't see is the LGBTQ undertones at the bottom.
Right. That's don't do that, because now all of them gonna be like, yeah, now we fighting, we pissed too. Okay, with a real story.
Yo, what I'm saying is that that's why we can't be like all tied up in the story and the depiction, because at the end of the day, it is artwork, right? It is artwork, and that's the reason why there are a lot of people fighting to prevent rap lyrics to be used to prosecute people.
I agree with
that.
At
the end of the day, you can, I mean, maybe you did. Maybe you did what you did and you put it in the song, or maybe you saw what happened and you put it in the song. But either way, it's going to be used to condemn you, right? So it's like, it's art form at the end of the day, and it should stay that way. Not to say that it doesn't affect our lives, because representation does matter in the art form, right? But we still have to remember that's what it is.
But we can't pick and choose when we want to deem it art, because if that's the case, you know, there's a lot of people that could get divorced because their wife got a song talking about cheating. Like, that means that you did it then. Right. You must have did it. So now I get this. I don't have no debt. You know, no prenup matter anymore, because the one clause was whether or not you cheated, my nigga, and you sang about it. Don't nobody get mad at that.
I believe you did, because if you didn't, why would you write it in a song? Like, I ain't even write the song. Well, why would you sing somebody else's song that you didn't?
But it's like, you know, you gotta where do you draw the line between art and reality? You know, I don't know, but I know it doesn't need to be in the middle of a Disney film. I don't believe it needs to be in the middle of a rap song, because to be honest with you, people been rapping about all types of stuff. People been capping about all types of stuff. One of y'all gonna mess around and get arrested for capping. Knowing good and well you ain't never held no gun before, but it sounded good in the song, and you hang around the right people. So now and to be honest with you, it's not fair.
Like, nah,
I just saying it's not fair.
I just found somebody's book of rhymes. I never did this shit. My composition notebook fell out their book bag, and I didn't know how to put it.
I said, damn, this is good. Let me find a rhythm to this.
This ain't even my handwriting. See?
Couldn't have been me. But nah.
Let me get in on this, Pops. Let me get in on this.
He said, I was sleepy, but you know, okay, we're going to go ahead and hello, chunky baby. We're going to go ahead and jump over to a commercial break real quick. On the other side, we can wrap this up, get up out of here soon, and we can make sure that the baby can get what he wants. He wants some steak because he got some teeth. That's what I think it is.
That's you want the computer. That's what you
want. All right, we'll see you on the other side of the break.
She thought walking away was hard to do, until walking away led to truth. Discovering a peace that was hovering, but never before allowed to enter her soul. She thought she'd grow old and even cold if Life continued on the trajectory it was headed. Complacency seemed inevitable. Until she took a look at herself and said, I'm betting on you. Exploring new worlds and new views, different energies and attitudes. Allowing her heart to be open, it became consumed by what could be described as a fantasy, far from tragedy, no. A dream that if told in a story would seem too good to be true. Taking the form of perfection, physical frequencies felt through erections, emotional energies flowing like oceans. Ocean brings forth life anew, birthing art inspired by Mahogany's muse.
All right. So, before we even get into it, prepare yourself free. I'm coming to you in just a minute, but hold on. I got to get mine out the way. I got to make sure that Jay has his headphones in so the baby doesn't witness this. But before we get to all of that, please remember, part of Melanated Publishing, we have Everlasting Ending available right now. We have One Too Many Heartbreaks available right now. We have Here's the Thing, a verse or two on Loving You available right now. And then we also have Mahogany's Muse available right now. And then, of course, I already told you guys all about Unwritten, which you can find the link for at melanatedverses.com. And there are weekly episodes. There will be, the whole thing will be available on the website. It soon come, okay? All right. Free, it's on you.
We got 15% off. What you ask? I'll let you know. If you want to be the GOAT, while you slide it down your throat, you need transportation. Go ahead and get your hands into a pretty boat. 15% off gets you some dick grippers. Some DCK gripper. You can be a corporate chick. You can be a house mom, librarian. You know what I'm saying? However you want it, get it how you need it. But understand, use a 15% off promo code when you see me. Dick grippers is out here. Go ahead and get you some adornments. Put a little ornaments. Matter of fact, it's Halloween season coming up. I'm telling you, she can probably get you some spider webs and all that. Y'all can play Spider-Man. You know what I mean? And whatever that means for you, go ahead and get you some dick grippers. Use the code. DR Dog Press is the official name. But because of your boy, we call them dick grippers. We're going to have some merch soon. And I might even have a face on the corner like, Go get you some Dick Griffiths.
Do this young lady know that this is the type of promotion she getting?
Yes, she does.
And every time she's like, "Oh my god." Yo, she's so tickled by it. Brittany is so tickled by it right now.
Mess, man.
She created the promo code. Verse hit her up. She was like, I was like, no, we need the promo code. We hit her up. She's like, hey, think about a promo code.
I mean, instead of responding, okay, she responded with the promo code and sent me the link. It was like, this is it. I already got it.
I'm curious to know, like, how the sales have. Can we get the numbers next show to see how that affected her overall growth in the market?
Tell you, man, I'm trying to go ahead and coin it now because other folks gonna be trying to bite. Bite.
You might want to see somebody about getting that term, you know.
Hold on, what term, Jason?
That that's
the baby's first words.
But yeah, you know.
Mama, get gripper.
No, you got.
Shannon be like, hold on.
You know.
Oh man,
y'all are hot, man.
I love it. It's so. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it up. Moral of the story: everybody chill out. Go watch the movie. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to watch the movie, I guarantee you nothing's gonna happen to you if you don't watch this movie. Like your health will remain whatever it is. You know, your finances will likely remain whatever it is. You know, all of these things. So I want you to know that you'll be perfectly fine. Perfectly fine if you don't go see it. The Packers are about to play in about 6 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, okay? Please, priority. Okay. Remember to go to Melanated versus got a lot of stuff going on. I'm so excited about 2023 and everything that'll be bringing to me, just so I can say bars. Okay. So please make sure you go over there, support, get you some books. We have some notebooks and planners and stuff like that as well. Please remember to like and subscribe on YouTube. On YouTube at UVVTV. If you put the quotation marks, it'll pop right up. Remember that we have Tuesday at 8:00. We have, what's it called again? Lord have mercy, my brain. And I ain't even smoke, y'all. And your point is where Edward H. Clark, my deity, he goes ahead and subscribes to opposing views. I believe he either already recorded. I don't think so, but he was doing one on a Little Mermaid as well. But anyway, 2 opposing views. You get to speak freely about what it is that's on your mind and debate. But this debate is not a disrespectful thing. He will shut it down if it gets disrespectful. So all of those Twitter fingers you have, make it vocal in a respectable way, and we can go ahead and make things happen with that. On Wednesday nights at 8:00, we have
prayer meeting.
We have prayer meeting. Yeah, prayer meeting. We must kind of give 1 hour. But Wednesday at 8, we have Unvaccinated Voices, where John C. Hinton, my father, Edward H. Clark, and myself, we sit and we talk just about whatever's on our mind. We each have a topic that we talk on, and we spend some time on it. Really cool, really engaging. It's live, so you can go in the comments and have conversations. Just like, you know what I'm saying? If Caleb wants to say something at that time, he just has to learn how to type it out, because we're not going to be able to hear you. Okay? And of course, Thursdays we have our show here. 2023 is going to be a lot more coming. So please stay tuned with all of that. Now, do unto others. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Do unto others. Since we're talking about all of y'all people that like to run around talking about folk and being miserable about stuff, I want you to find 5 people this week, 1 a day through the work week. It's cool. Say something nice to them. Give them a compliment. Encourage them. I don't want you to do this with people that you know. I would like you to do this with people that you don't know and people that don't look like you. White folks, go say hi to a Mexican. Go say, you know what I'm saying? Be like, hey, I like your shoes today. You know what I'm saying? You know, black folk out here in Arizona, some of these white women be like thick and stuff. Be like, oh, I see you, girl. You looking all thick and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You might see somebody, you know what I'm saying, that got nice dick grippers on. You know, compliment them. But all I'm saying is, this week, find 5 people that you do not know and that do not look like you, and just say something nice. Anything. Compliment them. Give them an encouraging word. Introduce yourself, whatever it may be. Get outside your comfort zone and let's see what that looks like. As well as if your birthday falls this week, on your birthday, we want to make sure that we get a card and a gift and go to somebody who's helped you get through the last year of your life. Tell them, thank you. I appreciate you. So I'm giving you this card and or gift and telling you I appreciate you for helping me get through the last year of life. Because we all know we cannot make it throughout this life completely alone. You might end up going crazy if you try. Okay, so that's what that is. 3, I appreciate you for waking up. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself together. Got to get yourself together. You know what I'm saying?
I got some place to go. I'm gonna take my ass to work. Yeah.
Caleb, thank you for coming on the show. I ain't want to. We were supposed to be playing. Yes. Jay, I appreciate you while you on daddy duty, coming in here and speaking with us. It's much appreciated. I appreciate both of y'all. I cannot tell you guys enough how much I love y'all. When I talk to you people out there that know me and I talk about my male friends and how dope they are, I'm specifically talking about these 2 right here. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all are my angel and my devil on my shoulders. I ain't even gonna bother to explain what's what. Funny enough, you would have on the colors you have, but whatever. Whatever works. Shout out to Shey, baby. I hope you feel better. Get well soon. We missed you today. And we will see everyone next week. It has been a great conversation. All right. See y'all next week. Oh, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hold on. Stop the show. Because I almost did the same foolishness that I did last week. I digress. Here we go. Bye, y'all.
Yeah. The way you talking lately ain't so crazy. Maybe that's because both of us are sedated. First class, different plane of existence. Everything you think can sound so innovative. Underrated, but we gon' make it. Just like the world, that's why they hate us. The leaderboard, but we the greatest. Why do you think they imitate us? We rising up, can't intimidate us. This is just a conversation. Really about it, don't know more than observation. They're telling us to be patient, but we gon' take it, we gon' not be complacent. We can learn our races, first part in history and all our innovation. We just having conversation, really about it, doing more than observation.